You're never supposed to make a mistake. How dare you leave your children that way? You know, for men, they expected to mess up, and society treats women like the scum of the earth when they know that you went to jail.
I am a female reentry specialist. Every Wednesday I work at the Chesapeake Detention Center. So we actually do the psychology of incarceration and the impact and effect it has on you and your family. So I just come in and kind of talk about what the experience is like to kind of see if we can get you to feel a little bit more comfortable about an uncomfortable situation. So each time you come, we start off with the Shiro Declaration on the first page, and we always close with the Shiro Pledge. I, Frida, am a wife and mother. I am a woman of honor. I am a woman of great character. I do not embarrass my family, nor do I cause them pain and suffering. I live my life upright and full of virtue. I am a woman of integrity.
I'm 24. I'll be 25 in November. For this age, I've been through a lot. A lot. My mom was really big into drugs, like especially weed. And I always told myself I would never do heroin. Like I would never do it because my mom, she overdosed from it. But once I did it, man, I fell in love.
Society look at people coming out of jail like we have bad morals. You know, a lot of people that are arrested, it's due to drug addiction. It's a problem. It's a big problem out there. And jail time's not helping. It's like an active addiction, you're a whole different person. I mean, nobody wakes up thinking, oh, let me go rob so-and-so's house. Nobody does that. Nobody wakes up saying, oh, let me stick a needle in my arm. It just grabs your life and just doesn't, it's scary and very powerful.
My son's got ADHD. He gets in trouble in school a lot. It's a really big issue because I feel guilty. I feel like it's my fault. Last year in kindergarten, he got suspended twice. I'm not sure what normal kid gets suspended in kindergarten. But hey, he's angry, he's confused. He doesn't deserve to grow up with no parents. So while his father's in prison, I'm out here. I'm trying my hardest to get back to being a productive member in society. Eventually, I'm going to get Caden back.
To temptations like drugs, alcohol, or lust that will keep me from fulfilling my destiny. I am a Shiro. I love learning and strive to increase my knowledge that I may live up to my highest potential.
During the time that I was locked up, school was just starting, and so most families are preparing for their children to go back to school, preparing aftercare, and I had to do all that from behind the walls. And so if it wasn't for the support of my family and friends, I don't know where my children would be right now. When I first got my time, Bajay was about, let's say, 8, and Skylar was only about 3 or 4 months. I was breastfeeding her at the time that I was arrested. All right, come on, Skylar, let's go. You got it? Okay, baby. Love you. Because I have a criminal record, I have felony convictions, so I can't get a job at a hospital. So before I acquired my criminal record, I worked at the Veterans Hospital for about 8 years or so. Yep, it was a really cool job. It was stressful, but it was a good job. It paid really good. And then life happened. Life happened. When I came home, it was tough. The bills were tough because my husband was kind of used to me having 2 jobs and being able to be compatible with his salary. And then when I was arrested, his salary was the only salary the family depended on.
And others mentally or physically. I am patient. I do not lose my temper when I do not get my way or give up when I encounter resistance.
I actually have it's all public record. I have a long criminal record. It's all theft related. I didn't buy anything with it. I didn't go anywhere. No bling, no nothing. It was simply feeding my family. I went to prison, did 15 months. I had a 10-year sentence to spend all but 5, made parole, came home, but I didn't have a place to come home to. So I came here with the person who took my dogs. Everybody gets a treat. Prison is something that I went through. It's not who I am. And so it doesn't define me. I am every woman, and I stand behind you in the bank. I stand next to you at the grocery store. We share the same dry cleaners. Your kids play at my house. I'm every woman, and that's true of every single woman that comes home. You have no idea who we are.
I am good. I understand pain and suffering. Pain and suffering have been my greatest teachers. I will not use them as an excuse to fail. I am free. I am free to dream and to create a better world for myself and all those around me. I'll never forget, I did a job fair at MCIW, the only prison we have in the state of Maryland for women. And I was actually interviewing folks to prepare them for work. And I was talking to one lady, she kept looking down. And I said to her, why aren't you looking at me? When you talk to me, when you're talking to an employer, you always want to look at the person you're talking to. And she says to me, well, you're somebody. And I said, if I'm somebody, what does that make you? I said, I'm a previously incarcerated person just like you. You never know who you're talking to. Most people think that everybody in prison is there because they broke the law or because they're guilty. Well, our criminal system, maybe you broke the law, but did I know making a phone call on behalf of my son could net me 10 years in federal prison? Would I have still made that phone call? I would have, because I didn't know that it could be called a conspiracy, one act in the furtherance of a crime. I was trying to save my son, that's all. Once a person has come home and they've been forgiven, then they really should have been forgiven and let them move on with their life.